Have you ever noticed how the phrase Roth conversion makes people in or near retirement tense up? Almost like you just asked them to walk a tightrope while juggling tax code books. If you're near retirement or already in it, you've probably thought something like, what if I pay taxes now and regret it later? What if I convert too much? What if the rules change? Is the IRS tricking me somehow? What if doing nothing is safer? You're not alone, not even close. Roth conversions are one of the most misunderstood and most emotionally charged planning decisions in retirement. But here's the twist. Many retirees who are most afraid of Roth conversions are usually the people who would benefit from them the most. Today, we're going to unpack why the fear exists, what's actually driving it, and what you can do to turn that fear into clarity and confidence. So, let's first talk about why Roth conversions feel so scary. When you hear Roth conversion, your brain immediately pairs it with one thing: taxes, right now, paid out of your pocket. And nothing makes people clench up faster than the idea of voluntarily paying taxes sooner than they have to. But the fear goes deeper than that. Here are the 7 biggest reasons retirees hesitate to do Roth conversions. 1, they don't want a big tax bill this year. This is the big one. Most people instantly think, I've spent my whole life trying to reduce taxes, and now you want me to increase them? But people often assume a Roth conversion has to be big, huge, all at once, like converting your entire IRA in 1 year. That's like staring at a cold swimming pool and thinking the only way in is a cannonball. For example, Janet, age 63, she had a $900,000 IRA. When she heard Roth conversion, she imagined converting the whole thing. She wrote down the tax bill, looked at it, and quietly slid the paper into the trash. But in her case, a plan to convert just $40,000 a year for 7 years saved her nearly $290,000 in future RMD taxes. Small steps, not cannonballs. Number 2, they're worried taxes might go down later. Now, some retirees think, what if I pay taxes now and later the rates drop? Would I regret it? A fair fear, totally reasonable, but we are currently in one of the lowest tax environments in modern history, and we already know tax rates are set to rise potentially if there's a new administration. So, if you add in the national debt, Social Security pressure, Medicare funding issues, could taxes go down? Yes, theoretically. Do the numbers suggest that direction? Not really. This uncertainty is why people freeze, but not choosing is still a choice with consequences. Number 3, they think they're too old for a Roth to pay off. You might say, I'm in my 60s. What's the point now? I don't have enough years left for this to matter. People say this all the time, but here's the truth. Your lifetime isn't the only timeline that matters. Your money often outlives you, especially for couples, especially for surviving spouses, especially for kids inheriting IRAs under the new 10-year rule. And don't forget, required minimum distributions. Many retirees pay more in taxes in their 70s and 80s than in their 60s. For example, Mark and Susan, they're both 68. They believe they were too old for a Roth conversion. But when they saw how their RMDs at 75 would push them into the higher or much higher bracket, they realized the conversion wasn't for now. It was for their future selves. 4, they're confused about how Roth conversions affect Medicare and Social Security. This one causes a lot of fear. Want to increase my Medicare premium, make my Social Security taxable, create penalties? It can, but only if you don't plan. Medicare IRMA brackets, Social Security taxation rules, tax brackets, they all follow predictable math. It's not the math that scares people, it's not knowing the math. Number 5, they don't trust the government to keep Roth rules the same. Another big fear that's out there, people think, what if the government changes the rules on me? What if they tax Roth accounts later? Now, no one can predict the future, but here's what history shows. Congress has changed retirement rules many times, but they have never retroactively taxed existing Roth withdrawals. If anything, Roth accounts have expanded over the years, not shrunk. Could rules change? Yes. Should you base your entire retirement strategy on maybe? Probably not. We plan with what we know today, and today the Roth is one of the strongest tools retirees have. Number 6, they're afraid of making a permanent mistake. There's no undo button, no oops switch. And retirees feel this more strongly because the margin for error shrinks in retirement. You're not saving anymore, you're spending, you're protecting, preserving, so anything irreversible feels heavy. That emotional weight is real. And number 7, they don't know if they are good candidates. This is the fear underneath all fears. What if everyone else benefits but not me? Without clarity, Roth conversions feel like a gamble, and nobody wants to gamble with their retirement. Now, let's talk about the emotional truth behind the fear. Let's step away from taxes. For 30 or 40 years, you've been told to defer taxes, don't pay until later, max out your pre-tax accounts. Roth conversions seem to go against everything you were taught. So emotionally, it feels wrong. Even if mathematically, it can be the smarter move. The fear isn't irrational, it's protective. But sometimes that protection turns into paralysis. Now, why can Roth conversions be so powerful? Let's flip the script. Here's why Roth conversions can dramatically improve retirement outcomes. 1, they let you pay taxes on your terms. A Roth conversion gives you control. You choose the timing, you choose the amount, you choose the bracket. Without a plan, the IRS chooses for you through your required minimum distributions. Required minimum distributions don't care if the market is down. They don't care if you don't need the money. They don't care about your tax bracket or your spouse or your healthcare costs. They simply say, take it out, pay the tax. A Roth conversion gives you the wheel back. Number 2, they protect surviving spouses. This is a huge reason conversions matter. When one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse moves from joint filing to single filing, and that nearly doubles their tax rate. For example, Tom and Linda, they're married, filing jointly. They paid a 12% effective rate. When Tom passed away, Linda's rate shot up to nearly 22%. Same amount of income coming in, higher taxes just because of a filing status. A Roth conversion earlier on could have reduced that burden. Number 3, they offer flexibility later in life. A Roth IRA gives retirees freedom, tax-free withdrawals, no required minimum distributions, no impact on your Medicare premiums, and no impact on Social Security taxation. You can go buy a car, take a vacation, or handle unexpected medical costs, all without worrying about triggering a tax spike. That flexibility brings peace of mind. Number 4, they improve wealth transfer. Leaving money to kids or grandkids, with a Roth account, they're often the most tax-efficient way to do it. After the Secure Act, kids must drain inherited IRAs within 10 years, and that can push them into higher brackets during the peak earnings. A Roth conversion can save your family thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, how do we overcome the fear? And here's how retirees move from that fear to confidence. Step 1, realize Roth conversions aren't an all or nothing type of a strategy. You don't have to convert everything or half or a random amount. You can convert strategically, slowly, intentionally, within your tax bracket. Think of it like filling a bucket. You fill it to the line you choose, not past it. Step 2, start with a tax map. A tax map shows your entire lifetime tax picture. Income today, income later, RMDs, future brackets, Social Security taxation, Medicare premiums, and legacy effects. When retirees see their own map, the fog lifts. Fear becomes understanding, and it makes it a lot easier. Step 3, use low income years wisely. Most retirees have a tax window, usually between age 60 and 72. No employment income, no Social Security yet, and no required minimum distributions. This is often the prime time for strategic conversions. Without planning, the window closes forever. Step 4, use bracket filling. Each tax bracket is like a container. Your job is to fill it, not overflow it. If you have $20,000 of space left in your bracket, you convert up to that amount. Predictable, controlled, no surprises. This alone removes most of the fear retirees feel. Step 5, test the plan before doing anything. Before converting a single dollar, you can simulate your taxes without converting and then simulate your taxes with converting. Look at your lifetime tax savings, the effect on health care, effects on Social Security, and the effects on your spouse and heirs. When retirees see it visually, confusion becomes clarity. All right, so let's talk about some real examples to help put this all together. And these examples are a bit simplified of real situations we see all the time. All right, so example 1, the couple who thought taxes weren't a big deal. Dave and Carol, they're both 66. They both have modest pensions. They have $650,000 in their IRAs. Social Security starting at age 70. They didn't think tax planning mattered much, but their RMD projection at age 75 for them showed their income would almost double, their bracket would rise, and their Medicare premiums would increase, all from forced distributions. Now, if we converted $25,000 a year for several years, they lowered their lifetime taxes dramatically. That's just one example. Let's look at a second example. A widow facing high single file taxes. Now, Linda, age 71, her income barely changed after her husband passed, but her tax rate almost doubled. A planned Roth conversion strategy earlier in retirement could have given her more tax-free income and less forced taxable income later. Now, example 3, a couple thinking about their kids or want to leave that money behind. Mike and Sharon, they're in their early 70s. Their kids are in their 40s and in high tax brackets. Leaving them large IRAs would create big tax burdens. By converting at their own lower tax rate, they shifted taxes from their kids' 32% bracket to their own 12 to 22% bracket. Generational planning in action here. Now, there's some common mistakes you'd want to avoid. Retirees often run into trouble when they convert too much in 1 year, pay taxes from the IRA instead of cash, ignore Medicare IRMA thresholds, convert without coordinating Social Security and requirement distributions, and use generic blanket advice instead of personalized planning. So we want to make sure we bring it all together. When people truly understand Roth conversions, their fear often turns into empowerment because Roth conversions aren't about taxes today. They're about control tomorrow. They reduce uncertainty. They protect your future self. They create predictable retirement income. They help you retire with clarity, confidence, and control. And that is what everyone wants. Now, if you're nearing retirement or already retired and Roth conversions feel confusing or overwhelming, you don't have to figure it out alone. We help create personalized, tax-efficient income plans that bring clarity, confidence, and control to retirement. So here's your next step. Make sure to click the link below to schedule your free retirement tax map session with one of our teammates here at CFG Retirement, and you'll learn whether a Roth conversion makes sense for you, how to convert, when to convert, and how it affects your lifetime taxes, how to impact Social Security and Medicare, and how to avoid common mistakes. You'll walk away with a clear, simple plan for your financial future. Retirement shouldn't feel uncertain. It should feel intentional, empowering, and with the right plan. It absolutely can. Now, if you really like retirement plan videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.